So today we're looking at 6.5 slope point form of the equation of a linear function. Once again, linear function means it would be a straight line with constants being the same for the x and the y value. So review. Slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Y and x are your points somewhere along the grid of the graph paper, and m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. Now we're going to learn a new formula. A new formula deals with y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Once again, y and x will be your unknown points, whereas y1 will be a known point and x1 will be a known point, and m again is your slope. So if we're given this equation, slope point form equation, we're going to create this. So we have a line that has a slope of -3 and passes through point R, which is 2, 5, and write an equation for that. So to write an equation, you will use the slope point form, which is y minus y1 equals m times, show that up higher for you, sorry, x minus x1. Replace the variable what you know from the equation. So from the equation or information, I know points are 2 and 5. So y again, 5 is my y, so y minus 5 and x minus 2. What I'm missing is my y, and they tell me my slope is -3. So there it is. There is my equation for that information of slope -3 and goes to points 2 and 5 in slope point form. So I want you to stop the tape for a minute, and I would like you to try this question down here. Once you finish it, then press it and see what I have done. So once again, you're going to use y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. The slope is -2/3, so I'm going to put -2/3. Goes through points -7, so that means my x, because it's -7, so it'll look like this, and that one will look like this. So now I got y minus -3, which means it's y plus 3. The slope does not change. And I got x minus -7, means it's x plus 7. So be careful when you plug in negative signs, because they will switch the operation of that. Next. We're now going to take a look at graphing the linear equation in the slope point form. So here we go. It says describe this linear function with the equation, and then we have to graph it here. So I have y plus 1 is equal to 1/2 and x minus 2. The slope is 1/2, and it has a point that this thing intersects, and that point will be 2 and -1. So it'll go through that point there on this graph. So compare it to this slope point form and then graph the equation. So I start at 2, -1. So here's 2, -1. It has a slope of 1/2, so it goes up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, and there's my points. And I go ahead and graph it. And there it's done. So once again, I want you to stop the tape, try this equation where you're going to describe it for me, and then you're going to graph it. So description, once again, y minus 2 is equal to 1/3 x plus 4. 1/3 is my slope, so it has a slope of 1/3, and it goes through a point of -4 and 2. So to graph it, find -4, 2, -4 and 2, and then I'm going to go up 1/3, second point, draw a line, and there's my graph. Okay, once again, any trouble with that, come see me. We'll go through it and get you set up. Part E, we're going to write an equation for this line, and we're going to write an equation in slope point form. So slope point form is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. So let's find a point here. I'm going to take this point right there, which is negative 5, 1. And I'm going to take, it looks like it goes to that point, and that point is going to be negative 1, 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes up 5, it rises 5, and it runs back 1, 2, negative 2. So y minus, I'm going to take my, this is done wrong, this should be 1, negative 5, sorry. So it's going to be y minus negative 5, which is like this, is equal to m, and my m is going to be my 5 over 2, and x minus my 1. So my equation is going to be y plus 5 is equal to 5 over 2 times x minus 1. There is my equation. To do it in right equation in slope intersect form, y is equal to mx plus b. Y we do not know. We know the slope is 5 over 2. It crosses right there, which is 0, negative 2. So minus 2. There is my slope intersect form. So try this question, and once you finish, pause the tape, and once you finish, try it, see, and then start again so I can so you can check your answer with mine. So once again, y is slope form. Y is equal to, or y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. I'm going to take a point, looks like it goes through that point there, which is negative 6, negative 3, and it looks like it goes to that point there, which is 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it rises 6. And it runs across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Runs across 8, which reduces 2 goes into their 3, 2 goes into 4, so there it is. So y, and I can use any point here, so I'm going to use y minus 3 is equal to 3 over 4 times x minus 2. And I could use that point, it doesn't matter. Slope intersect form. So y is equal to mx plus b. Y we do not know. M we've already found, 3 over 4x. Now we just got to find the y intercept, and it's roughly right there. So we could say it's plus 1.75 or even 2. It doesn't matter as long as we're close. So there's that one. Part F, we're writing an equation of a line that is parallel or perpendicular to a given line. Write an expression, equation for a line that passes through t, 2, negative 3, and it's parallel to the line y equals 3x. So we're going to write another equation of this. So the equation I know to write is y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. The point they give me is 2 and negative 3, so y minus negative 3 is equal to x minus 2, and the slope, they do not tell me, but the slope is there, and that's 3, so it will not change. So my equation now is going to be y plus 3 is equal to 3 times x minus 2. So doing the same format, we now got to write a perpendicular line with this. So same points. So I'm going to use the equation y minus y1 is equal to x times x minus x1. The points are 2 and negative 3. So y minus negative 3 is equal to slope. Now the slope is 3 here. We want the negative reciprocal which is negative 1 over 3. So the slope is negative 1 over 3 and x minus 2. I'm going to rewrite this so we get y plus 3 is equal to negative 1 over 3 times x minus 2. That should be a minus sign. So there is my equation. So once again, on the back of this page, I'd like you to try this question and then check your answer once you're with mine to make sure it's okay. So in this equation, once again, we're using y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. They tell me the points are 1 and negative 1, so y minus negative 1 is equal to m times x minus 1. So I got y plus 1 is equal to m times x minus 1. The slope is right there. That's my slope, so I'm going to replace it in there. So y plus 1 is equal to 2 over 3 times x minus 1. There's my equations for that. Line that's parallel. Perpendicular, same format, except just one little change. Y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Replace my points that the line passes through. So y minus negative 1 is equal to m times x minus 1. Y plus 1 is equal to m times x minus 1. I need the slope. Slope's got to be the negative reciprocal, which is going to be negative 3 over 2. Plug it in. Y plus 1 is equal to negative 3 over 2 times x minus 1. So there's questions. That's 6.5. Any questions about it, please come see me. And if not, then refer to your calendar for your next set of questions that deal with this.